something in the shrubs. See if there's an irate mommy raccoon. Some pretty bad focus. What is this? It's a water snake. Let's see if I can get him out. He's gonna loop into the ground, it looks like. Well, it was worth the shot. It's actually not a water snake video. That one was actually in the shallows. There's a lot of water snakes. This is a different video. Got my juice. The water level is about a foot down over the last month or so. So I can cross this fairly easy. Oh, look, it's that thing. Probably can get some water in my boots. Or my boots instead of my flippers. For this reason, right here. I just did a hike. A quick one. This is like a, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile from the homestead. Oh, what's that? Looks like someone's got a beach kayak sitting there. Yeah, that's mine. I keep it tucked up on land in there. Backpack. Where I keep miscellaneous things for the hike. So I'm keeping the kayak, paddle, and net parked out here. This is Poop Lagoon. This is the stuff you sink into right here. As water level continues to drop, this will turn into a stream, you know, but right now it's just, you know, kind of like a little backwater area. Something like that. So my feet have stayed dry so far. Which is nice, because this whole little area is about boot deep. It gets too deep for my boots right at the shore. That's why I tip the canoe in like this, and then setting the canoe out. You kind of see it's a little muddy area. This is gonna be a close one. No, I'm gonna get wet. Yep, I won't get wet. There we go. Not crazy bad. Got some things to pull hooks, some gloves, hammer to bash it over the head with, towel to put on my legs. My legs get sunburned. I don't do sunscreen. Working on my cancers. And vitamin D. It's good for the COVIDs. Put this on now. So, got a net paddle. Got 2 setups. Got my fishing license. Tags. So each line will have a tag. This is kind of a line setup. End of it is a 3-ounce weight. This is some kind of like bank line, drop line. It's I think rated for 113 pounds. Coated in tar so it lasts. Yeah, it's windy out today. This one I did 6 hooks on. No, 8. This is gonna be, yeah, I got some trout line hooks, clips with some steel leaders. 2 18-inch leaders and then 6 12-inch leaders. I'm doing hot dogs. This is going to be my last time doing hot dogs. Well, one more time after this. So this will end up being something like a full pack of hot dogs so far that I've used. Up until this point, I've just been doing a single 4-hook one. Now I'm going to be doing a second setup with 8 hooks. Because I haven't caught anything yet. I'm a whole oh. Stabilized. See how much exposed legs you get. And these boots turn like 150 degrees in the sun because they're black. It just burns even more. So anyways, 2/8. This is probably about 60 foot of lead, kind of, and then it's about 4 to 5 foot in between each hook. 50-60 foot of down / away, and then 8 hooks, each with 5 foot or so, so about 40 foot of hook line, and then another 4 foot for the last anchor. I'm gonna be putting these out on the buoys. That's what this video is. This is a fishing video, and I may end up using cottonmouths. So I passed up 3 cottonmouths on my way out here. Cottonmouth that just sits there, really easy to kill, like easy striking distance, just to, like one of those weeding things, which kind of like a little fork, weeding tool, gardening tool for weeding. I may end up doing that, because on my walk out here, in 3/4 of a mile, coming across 3 water moccasins, 1 water moccasin would be enough bait for all of my hooks. Just chop it into little hook-sized pieces. I did set 8 mouse traps last night. I didn't catch anything though, which is why I'm now thinking about water moccasins as potential bait, because it's they're actually here. Oh no, what's this? Dropped a hook. Wow, that one did it good. Keep my hooks in these little bags, and then I just clip them on. I'll put bait on them, and then I'll clip them on, just so I'm not snagging myself with these things. So I put them on and take them off. Of these things. right at the last minute so I don't get snagged at all. You know, and keeping them in these little packs. This is a pack for some leaders. But yeah, put 4 in here. You know, a quarter of a hot dog. We'll cover the hook good. Yeah, so that's gonna be this video. I'm gonna get the camera set up. Beautiful. It takes a little while getting set up. For the most part, this is gonna be a quiet video. General plan is to go out to this is a poop lagoon, where I park the canoe. Go out to the lake proper, and then set both the lines on buoys. I want to say there's... So I'm not sure where exactly the buoys are. But I'm going to use turkey mud flats. They're right over there. They goes back that way quite a ways. This is the island. And Poop Lagoon sticks out of the water like an elevation of 20 feet, it looks like. So it's the tallest island around. Most of these islands out here are maybe like 2 foot above water level. When is that high water level? This one's like 20 feet. So this one will never get submerged. I haven't looked at the topography out here for what the ground's doing underwater. So I would like to be setting my lines in deep pools and channels. Granted, this is like summer, so it's like extra important probably because they're deep. You have to have your stuff in cold, deep water. Yeah, so one of the other things I want to get is a spear. You can spear fish and bow hunt the fish. So when it comes down to it, and I'm depending on this food. So like right now, I had some chili dogs, 3 chili dogs this morning, and I'm gonna have 4 tonight with some chips. Maybe a can of spaghetti, you never know. Top it off, you know. But when it comes down to it, and I'm depending on this food, I'm gonna want a sure bet, you know. And I tried catching some carp with my net. Just fishing itself with a pole just takes so long, you know. Like when you got to be checking traps and doing things. You don't want to be wasting time fishing. For me, I don't, you know. For me, I just want to go there, on the way there, pick up clams and snails I see in the water, and do that drag net. Get there, see if I got any catfish. If I don't got any catfish, and then go back with my spear. So trying to catch carp with my net wasn't really working. Like can get kind of close, but they're too quick. I might get lucky and catch one, but it's not something I depend on. But I'm thinking with a spear or a bow, I could shoot the carp pretty easy from the kayak on the way back. So if I don't catch any catfish, you know, the prime thing that I'm looking for, I can always just get some carp and eat that. Oh, yeah, this is the end of the island. It's continues. There's a poop lagoon back there. Relatively small island, but it's tall. These are all little fishies jumping out of the water. Probably some little baby bass. Trying to eat them. So there's two buoys over here. I don't know if they're like state buoys or not. You know, no barges go through here, so it's hard to say. You know, like if it's all right to put lines on them. So there's that fishing thing. There's that, you know, boat ramp right there. You saw kind of on the way before going into the island. Get an idea of where we're at. There's a nice little back bay back there. Another back bay right there, and kind of right over there, behind that buoy. That little white buoy. There's another bay. So I may tie off to those buoys. You know, there's that buoy right there, that white buoy. And there's Rex Islands out there. And there's kind of where I do most of my hikings. There's that little orange buoy right there. I might tie off to. But mainly, way out there, probably too small to pick up on this camera. At this distance, there's a green buoy. That's out on the main waterway. So that's what I'm gonna go to. And there's looks like another buoy out there. That green buoy, I think, is a, and there's a couple more buoys. That green one, I think, is on the main river channel. So I want to get one that's on the main river channel. Okay. That beached it right here. I look like that Roosevelt guy. I'm gonna bait my hooks. That looks like it's not the main river channel. Oh, whoops. That buoy. That looks. Wow. These waves are rough. Well, I'm gonna bait them. Thing out of the water. That would just be annoying. Nice pebbly beach though. It's shallow. Maybe go for a dip, but it's really not that hot. So, got a thing right there. Barge crossing. That barge is in the actual river channel. Some kind of birds on a log or something. I think I'm just gonna tie off to that buoy and that buoy. And these kind of mark a secondary shipping lane going from the main lane out there, which is the really deep stuff. But you know, it's just gonna be too much of a hassle going all the way out there, especially in this chop, you know. And it's not even that, it's a windy day, but it's not a very windy day. So I don't want to be having it so far out there where I can't access it on a very windy day. I can still do these. Maybe, I'll just do those two actually. I'm not even gonna bother with that one. So I'm gonna put him on that one. And that one. Kind of like the red ones are one side of the shipping lane and the green ones are another side of the shipping lane. And I guess you just kind of steer your boat right between them. And he's probably gonna make some chops too. Those are the islands right there. Rex Island chain. All the way down. And that's the island chain. Actual Rex Island is there. And then it goes that way, behind the bank, you know, and then here's mainland. You know, that's mainland cliff, blocking the rest of Rex Island. That's a big island chain. Yeah, I'm gonna get these hooks baited. And found it in no time flat. I just finished putting them down. Hooking them. So 1/4 of a hot dog per hook. These are like actual catfish hooks. And then these are live bait hooks, which are pretty much the same thing. There's a catfish hook. They're really big. Beefy. Probably excessive, but catfish have big mouths, you know, and I'll need a big hook to put a mouse on it. So I'm gonna get these before the ants get them. Beautiful view. This might be a little too windy out here. I'm not gonna be able to close enough to these buoys. It's just too windy of a day. I'm gonna do these inner buoys, I think, where there's less chop. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is about 16 foot deep. Right here. I'm just gonna get it unspooled. These hooks, so they don't tangle up. Okay. Anchor on first. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, there's the anchor. I forgot which way was which. So my foot is going to be the bottom end. I'm lowering it to, so I don't end up back feeding it. So I just unrolled 7 out of the 8 hooks, which is still like 40 foot of line. 40 foot of line or so. But I didn't want to undo all of it, unroll all of it, because it'd just become a tangled mess. So I still got one set of hooks, and this right here. Managed to get tangled. So I'm gonna, this is buoys maybe like 100 yards that way, so I'm gonna start going in that direction before I unspool the rest of this. Drifted quite a ways, just doing those few. Okay, let's get a little bit of direction before I unspool more. This is my last hook on this line. This is 8 hooks. Two hot dogs. So every like 4 or 5 foot there was a thing. And I got a final weight right here. So it's kind of like, the intent is for everything in between those 2 weights to be on the bottom. This is a little risky. Catch a snag, yank on the line. Really not much force behind this canoe. So I kind of want maybe like right about here is where I was, maybe like 50 yards from the buoy. I started doing this, hooking those hot dogs, but I managed to drift 50 yards in this wind. So I got a loop at this end. I'm just gonna remember I'm doing that. Do a loop. Being in a floating channel, hopefully clear of trees, things, because or else the boats would hit it. I'm coming up maybe 30 feet from the buoy now, so I'll just finish unwinding it. Probably not the best way of doing it. I should probably drop an anchor. Probably get I got some rope, you know, hook a rock to it. Use that as an anchor so I don't drift. So the line is taut right now. Get on the upper wing side of this. I'm gonna tie this off to the top of the buoy. Got a nice little hook. My information's on the other side of this, my license number. But I really don't want that online, so I'll try to keep that away. Okay. I'm liking that. I'm just gonna get a little slack. I'm snagged on the back of the canoe. It's got a little bit of slack in there. Right there at the top. Easy peasy. This next one's something shorter. Only has 4 hooks and a shorter. Given how much that drifted, I'm just gonna start laying this one out here. Try to keep myself facing that thing. This one only has 4 hooks, so it should go quicker, be less drifting. It's the bad thing. Oh, the drifting. Bad thing about a lot of hooks. It's, it takes long. Drift a lot. So basically, I'm going to be checking these throughout the week. On Friday, pull them. Because there's just too much boat traffic on the weekends. Someone's going to mess around with them. There's probably laws against that. It's probably illegal to mess with someone's lines. In Canada it is. I don't know about here. I would think it is, though. That's assuming that the line is like properly marked and identified, you know, with that license number. Because if it's not, then it's like it could be an abandoned trap or something, you know, abandoned thing. It's nobody's on. So that's why I'm doing the license, you know. For one, some fish and wildlife person comes up, sees it, or you know, someone sees it and calls it in, you know, it checks out, you know, and they're less likely to molest it because it's got the license number on there. Yeah, this one's going a lot smoother. So there's the tail end. Actually, need to get a little closer. The drifting didn't even get me all the way here. I figured the drifting would have blown me past it. Yeah, it's a lot calmer back here. This line is like right in between the 2 buoys. And the other line was kind of between the buoys and deeper water. So if these are official buoys, it shouldn't be a problem, but it may be bad if these are like, this is privately owned buoys for this privately owned dock, if this dock is privately owned. You know, there's a boat ramp, and this is a pretty major dock, so it's hard to say. I mean, it gets a lot of, this dock gets a lot of, boat ramp get a lot of traffic on the weekend. So I would think that they're public. And that these are public buoys, but the main river channel is, you know, guaranteed public because it's like a water merchant way. It doesn't seem like much. Probably like close to 200 foot of line between the 2 of these. Even over 200 foot probably. I'll get on the back side for this one so it can be on camera. So I'm on the downwind side of it, the buoy, so it's not quite as good. Maybe a little trickier. Not with this one. This one's pretty mild. Let's kind of stabilize the kayak. It's got these nice little eye hooks. Probably not a good spot. Not the best spot for doing these lines since no one else has done a line on it. Either that or it's privately owned and they just cut the lines off and they see them. Easy to do. It gets nice and tight. Bring in some slack. Just so the line isn't sticking out. Best thing is just for people not to notice them. And if you have a line sticking out from the side, people are going to notice it. Easy peasy. So I'm just gonna check those tomorrow. Just kind of do a beeline. And see what I can see. Maybe get lucky and have some. Yeah, Walmart's out of peas, which, you know, one of those things. Well, split peas. So I got that one. You kind of see it. And I got that one. Kind of see the tag. So it goes from here over to there, and then it goes from there over to there. Yeah, this memory card is almost out, so that's it for this video. ideal for the critters. The raccoons go for them. This is that teenage one. Something just fell over there. I don't know what that was. That's the teenage one though. I got some food over there for you guys. I just set the trap not too long ago, a few hours ago. I'll have at it. Already in the cherry tree. They really like these cherries. Surprisingly, they didn't go for the bait in the trap. Don't want to say these guys are kind of sticking over here. This guy's just taking a nap. It's like, yeah, I already ate enough. I think I'll just take a nap. That guy's like, well, I'll get the cherries if you don't want them. It's kind of hard to see him now. He's behind that clump. But they're like 40 feet away. You know, like this crotch right here that this guy's coming down to is probably about 20 feet away. This is, daylight. So they really don't mind. Me too much. It's alright right now. But when it's my fruit trees that I'm actually eating, like my apples, or my plums, or my peaches, or my pears, and they're stealing those, then I'll start popping them off and harvesting the fat and meat, like make some beef stew or something, some tacos or something out of the meat and save the fat. See, there's still a lot of cherries. But I'm probably pick clean here in a few weeks. They're going at it pretty hardcore, and the birds go at it pretty hardcore as well. Four of them at it now. That guy's getting ready to fall. Hanging upside down on a really skinny one. This guy just joined. He's just coming in. pushed all the stuff when I was clearing that little side area. That's probably where they're nesting, in that brush pile. There's no real big trees in this area for them to like nest in the hollow of a tree, which I guess is kind of what they normally